Hi everybody, this is Technoli again. And today we've got the one we've all waited for. Yep, the Ryzen 9 9900X. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the one, guys. This is the one that's supposedly gonna just destroy our Intel i9. We'll see about that. Well, we're going to go ahead and use this Radeon RX Vega 56 because it's the same card that we used on the Intel unit. And I want to do, a shootout with those two guys. We got a little 80 plus power supply here, my Raid Max. And what else? Oh yeah, MSI MPG X570 Gaming Edge with Wi-Fi, 32 gigabytes of G-Skill, 216s, guys, and my M.2. So here we are. We got this cute little case here. Nothing special. It does have RGB on the front, so that should be pretty cool. And it's got a nice panel up here. Put a lot of stuff in there. And you can turn on and off the RGB right here. So that's not bad. And I like this. Look at this. This is a magnet. So you can clean it easily when it gets full of dust. Alright guys, there we go. What do you say we get into this build and we're going to do it all. We're going to mount the processor. We're going to mount the board. We're going to build the whole thing. Okay, guys. What I like to do is I like to go ahead and get the board out. And I like to mount my processor to the board and then test it before I go putting everything else in. But before we do, let's take a look at this bad boy. Okay, first of all, what's in the box? Wow. Okay. So we got some SATA cables. That's nice. We got some kind of expansion cord. I'm not sure what that's for yet. Wi-Fi antennas. That's cool. We get a true gaming badge. Driver's disc. We're going to download anyways. And we've got some screws for M.2s. That's nice. Thank you for choosing MSI. Oh, we got some labelers here to tell you what you did. And a quick installation guide. Well, that's kind of cool. Alright. Okay, shout out, review, reward, win. Alright. And a huge book. Alright, all languages. Okay, that's cool. And let's get into it. Hey, where is my... Oh, I was looking for the I/O plate. It's built onto the board. That's even better. Alright, let's open this up. Take it out of its beautiful packaging. Just love opening up a new board. I kind of hate to, really. Alright. Whew! Man, this thing's heavy. Really, guys. This thing... Wow. This is a beautiful motherboard. I like MSI. And with these Hackintoshes, I've had good success with them. So, I'm not opposed to this. And you know what? I was going to get an Asus... I think it was called Tough or something. And the problem is with it, the Intel, the LAN on that motherboard is not supported by Hack. So, no good, guys. Don't get that board. Alright, so what do we have? We got a USB 3 port here. We got 6 SATAs. 4 memory slots. Boy, it's pretty. Play hard, stay silent. All right, so remove before starting. So I guess we'll take that off. So it's got a little fan on some of the chips under there to keep it cool. All right, we got M.2, and then we've got one under here too. So you've got 2 slots. That's nice, guys. It's got a flash BIOS button right here, USB 2, and it says right here, this is the port you put it in for flashing the BIOS, your thumb drive. That's cool. That's good to know. HDMI, USB, USB, Type-C USB, more USB 3s, LAN, and a whole bunch of audio outs. Of course, we got this Wi-Fi thing, but you know what? I don't think that's going to be supported with Hackintosh, but it'll work on our Windows. All right. It's pretty. We like it. Now, shall we open it up, or should we just leave it in its box? Let's open it. All right. Oh, I hate to even open it. All right, guys. There it is. $470. All right. For the sticker. No, for the CPU. All right, guys. On these, you'll notice this is different than Intel, right? Because on Intel, we've got a bunch of pins on the socket. This, it's open. It's just a plastic socket. And the pins are on the processor. So guys, I cannot tell you enough to be so careful with taking this puppy out. And don't get your fingers on the back side right there, because those are all pins. You bend one of those and ugh, it's a pain. I just kind of line it up on the socket and let it fall into place. I don't put any pressure on it at all until I know it's flush. Then I just make sure. I'm just laying my fingers on it. I'm not putting any pressure on it. All right. Let's see. We got a fan in here, I'm sure. Comes with a monster fan. This is why the box was so heavy. Jeez. Oh my God. This thing, that's amazing. It's really heavy. All right. Okay. What do you think? That's a monster. That is a monster cooler. And it's RGB. So it's going to light up for us. That's cool. All right, let's put this down. Put this away. All right. Okay. Now, it's got a lever right here that you have to get on here. So what I want to do is I'm going to put it this way and put it on. But first, let's put a little compound on there. It comes with some, but I'm going to put a little more on here. Okay. This is Noctua thermal paste. Nice stuff. All right, so what I want to do is I want to put this bracket right here on this clip first. So just kind of put it at a little bit of an angle. Get it, and it'll snap in. And then this one, we just want to kind of pull down on it. And a little bit of pressure, not much. And it snaps, and then pull that lever up to put some tension on it. This is our fan. CPU fan connector, header. Now let's stick some RAM on it. Now on this one, on these guys, it says right here, DIMM 1, DIMM 2, I'm sorry, DIMM A1, DIMM A2, and then B, and so on. So what we want to do is, we want to use, make sure you line up the memory. You see, if you line it up wrong, it won't even go in. So line it up to where the notch is. We want to go in A1 and B1. So right here. Okay. I like it. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? Okay, so now what I like to do, guys, I like to go ahead and test the board before I even bother putting it in the case. Because over the years, you know, I've had many processors not work out of the box. So not so much nowadays in this world, but I still don't want to take any chances. It's not the processor I'm worried about, it's the motherboard, to be honest with you. All right, let me get an HDMI cable here. Okay, now let's plug in a little graphics card here. And we're going to test the board. Okay, give me some power for my PCIe. Plug that in. All right. There we go. I'll go ahead and plug my HDMI and turn the power supply on, and then I'm going to jumper right here. JFP1. These two top pins right here are for the on-off switch. I'm just going to jumper them with this screwdriver. Okay, let's see if she lights up. All right. Everything's spinning. That's a good sign, right? Let's see if we get that BIOS screen. Come on. Okay, it just reset itself again. See that? It's going to reset itself a couple times, and there she goes. Memory modules were found on non-optimized memory slot. Follow the instructions. Well, that's weird. Let's see what it says, but there's my processor. There is my processor, 12 core, Ryzen 9. Okay, now, hold on a second. Why would it say those ports are non-optimized? Let me pull out the book here. Why would it say those are non-optimized? Let's see what the book says. This is kind of important, right? DIMM slots, page 15. Okay, so it says right here, always insert memory modules in DIMM A first. Well, of course, but DIMM A2. Okay, well, that's different, but no problem. Let's go ahead and swap them out. That's nice that MSI tells you that they're not optimized for the best performance. So let's put them in. There. I've seen that before, guys, and I wanted you to see that error because it's nice that it tells you that, hey, put them in the other slots because you're gonna have better performance. All right, let me go ahead and turn it on again, and we shouldn't have that error. La la la, come on baby, come on baby. Look at that BIOS resetting itself. Man, what a nice board. We got system fans, headers here everywhere. There it is. Oh my goodness gracious. Beautiful. So it works. I feel comfortable. We can put it in its case. All right, guys, let's get the case out. Okay, guys, here it is. It's got this acrylic panel over here, and it's got these metal thumb screws. The metal is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and take this cover off. Okay. It's not bad in there, right? It's nice and open. Okay. Now, it has another panel over here, and I want to go ahead and pull this off because this is where we're going to run a lot of our cables for some decent cable management. Okay. That's nice. All right. It's got a nice big fan back here that came with the case. Aero cool. All right, then we got all of our header cables for all of these ports up here, on-off switch, reset button, everything is there for us. And then we've got a header here for the case fan. Now, it's got a couple of standoffs already on, but this is a full-size board, so we're going to have to put one here, 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 and here. So, these are 3/16, these little doodads. So if you're wondering, it's a 3/16 for these standoffs. So I'm going to put one here. Just go ahead and put it in there, and then it'll be easier to get it in there because it's so tight. Alright, now what I'm looking at here is making sure the board has the holes for where I'm thinking to put them. Yep, there's one right here too for that middle one. Because if you, over the years, guys, I've built so many computers. Over the years, if you put them in the wrong place, let's say you put one right here, it'll short the board out. Could fry your board. So be careful. And we're going to show you when we mount the board, we're going to make sure that we can see that brass underneath. Because if we just see a hole, then we got something wrong. Alright, so I got that one. I need to put one up here. These are always fun to get to. Start with your fingers a little bit. So most cases you can screw them all the way in with your fingers, but not this one. It's like I'm self-tapping them or something. Alright, got that one down. Put one here. Then I want to show you the features of this case. It's not a bad little case for the money. I forget, it'll be in the description below how much it was. It wasn't very expensive at all. I'm not a huge, I'm not a case freak, but, you know, it'll do the job. All right, so we've got some ventilation holes. This is nice. And we've got another vent here that you can clean when it gets dusty. And let's look over here. Aha. So we can put an SSD here to, well, that's 2.5. 2.5 here. And then look at this, guys. Full-size hard drive trays. That's kind of nice. So you put your storage drives in there. Put your 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, 16 terabyte drives in there. This is nice. Not bad at all. Let's get that board mounted. I'm going to set this off here for a second. Okay, now the I/O shield is built on the board, which is this thing. So we just have to be very gentle. We don't want to drop it. And go ahead and get it in there. It makes it a little tight with this fan in the way. Am I going to have to take that fan out to get it in? I am, guys. I'm going to have to loosen that fan to get that in. All right, let me see. That's just Phillips. All right, let's loosen her up. I'm just going to go ahead and take it out because I don't want to be trying to stuff the board in there under this. I just want to make it nice and smooth. Don't want to force anything. Okay, 4 screws. All right. We're going to put it back in, but right now. Okay, now let's put it in there. Ah, much easier. Now, can you see this? I got copper under there, brass, underneath that center hole. Yep, right here, up there. We're good, guys. We're good. We've got standoffs in the right places. Yep. Okay. So this particular motherboard uses these fine thread screws. Can you see that? See that fine thread? These are fine thread, and these right here are coarse thread screws. So for the motherboard, I use the fine thread with the rounded tops. You just put your screws in there for the motherboard, secure it down. Okay. All right. I'll put this one in after I pull that plate up. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, there we go. And come on. There we go. Just two more real quick. And right here. Okay. Now, before we get too crazy, let's go ahead and mount our cables, okay? So this gets hooked up to just a regular SATA. I'll show you that later. I'm going to put that out there. I don't want a bunch of cables inside my case. I just want to try to make it as neat as possible. So here's our power switch, our reset button, our hard drive indicator light, and our power light. We've got right here, it says right on these cables, HD audio, which is the front, USB. All right, let's go ahead and, first of all, let's put these, let's say, through here and then back out here. That'll just make it a little more attractive. I don't like to have wires everywhere. They call that cable management. So we want our cable management to look pretty. All right, that's cool. That'll work. And then I'm going to just slide them right back in. Okay, we'll straighten these up because we don't want them all tangled up and nasty. So when we use our zip ties on these, they'll kind of be together. I want to make them as flat as possible so when we put on the side of the case, it'll just slide on easy. All right. A lot of cables. Okay, first thing I like to do is get rid of the audio. Let's see, that's USB. This one, let's see, this one, HD audio. This one goes to the front of the motherboard up here. And they're pinned, guys. There's a solid hole there, so you cannot put it in wrong. Just watch what you're doing when you put these on. All right, and then we have, this is the card reader USB, and this is also pinned. It has a solid here. So we'll go ahead and put this in. These are USB headers right here. These two, they're labeled. All right, so there's that one. I got one more. This is regular USB, probably USB 2.0. Because this big daddy right here is US 3.1. And it is also notched 3.0, so you can't mess it up. All right, there we go. Now the fun part. These guys. All right, on your pins, right there on this connector, you've got 4 pins up here, and you got 5 down here. Don't worry about this one on the end, on the bottom. What we have here, these 2 pins, the 2 right pins, are the power switch. The one directly under it is the reset. Then this one right here is the power LED, and this one is the hard drive LED. Now, the positive, these got little positives on them, on the light bulbs, right? So this one right here, positive, you know, positive is plus sign. The plus goes toward the left. So I'm going to go ahead and put the hardest one on first, which is the hard drive. And plus is that way. Okay. Boy, that thing just wants to slide right off again. I'm kind of hold it down while I'm putting on the power LEDs. All right, so I'll put that. The negative is the inside pin. The positive is the outside pin. Okay. Now the power switch and the reset switch, it doesn't matter which way you put them on. You just got to get them on. Reset is the one on the outside and power is the one right above. We're done with that, guys. Let's put in a power supply. Okay, guys, so I got a nice big giant fan on that. I like that. And so the label is up. So we don't want to put it this way. We want to put it upside down. It looks upside down. Now, before you stuff this in here, because you don't want to make it so hard to get more cables on here, this is a semi-modular power supply. So we're going to need a peripheral SATA, and we're going to need another PCIe for my high-end graphics card, okay? So here are the cables that come with the power supply. This is for another power supply for the PCIe, because my card requires 2 of them. And then you just snap these in here. This is for, right now, I'm just going to power this RGB light with this SATA. But if you were putting SATA hard drives down here, that's what you would hook up. All right, let's slide her in. Notice it's upside down. That's okay. All right, now these are those chorus thread screws. So let's get those in there. Now, you got to line this up. There we go. There's one right there. Okay. There's one. There's number 2 up here. One down here in the bottom left. And one not here, but right here. All right. Now, we want to make this as pretty as we can. So let's pull up our biggest cable first, our 24-pin motherboard. Now, I'm hoping I can just put this through here and just plug it right in the board, and that way it's nice and tight. Let me see if that'll work. Ah, yeah. So let's go ahead and plug that one in. Get that attached and out of our way. There we go. Don't put too much pressure on it. Be gentle. Okay. Now, we need one for the motherboard. That's our power supply for the motherboard, which is right here. Let's see if we can get there if we go through here too. Go in through here and up there. Whew, that's tight. Yeah, we can do it. All right, now up there on this board, you've got 2 sets of pins. One is an 8-pin. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, one is an 8-pin, one's a 4-pin. We only have 8-pin connectors, so we're just going to plug it in the top 8-pin connector, okay? So let's put these together. And I'm not going to tell you this is easy to get plugged in, because it's not. I'll go ahead and get that in there. One. And the other one. I wish it was all one plug, but it's not on the power supply. It's 4 pins kind of together. And there we go. So I got it in there, guys. Make sure it's down all the way, because that's your power. It won't light up without that. Okay, looks good. Looks good. All right. You know what we forgot? We forgot to put in our hard drive. Yeah. So let's put it in. Right here. I'm going to put it right here. So let me get this beautiful puppy dog out of here. Isn't that amazing? Technology. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, the motherboard comes with a little screw for the hard drive. Okay, there's the little screw for the hard drive. So, put it in there, just kind of a little bit of an angle. Be gentle. Slide it in, and put your screw right there in the top. Okay, mounted, good to go. Let's put our graphics card in there. What do you say about that? Yeah. Sapphire's good quality. You know, a lot of guys on the internet, they talk about the XFX graphics cards not working for Hackintosh, but I gotta be honest, I've used a couple of them and I haven't had a problem with them. So, I don't know. They're cheaper, I know that. Okay, so this is requires 2 of these slots to be out. And so, oh, right here, guys, first of all, we got to take this screw off. And you know what? Before we get too happy, we got to put our case fan back in, because it's going to be too hard to do when we get our graphics card in there. Make your life easy. Okay, so it goes in like that. Now I'm going to put the cable up, or should I put it down and run the cable under the graphics card? Yeah, that's fine. That way it doesn't get tangled. Alright, let's go ahead and stick those screws in real quick. And one more. Okay, now we can put our graphics card in there. Now we can put it in there. Now I'm going to put this cable kind of under it. You kind of just got to guess, because you really can't see what you're doing. You just kind of feel where that is. And there it is. See? There. Be gentle. And see, that's loose, so that's not going to cause me any problems. And I'm going to plug this in. It's got 2 kinds. It's got an old Molex, and then it's got this this head on it, which I've got plenty of right here for fans on the case, or on the motherboard. All right, sweet. Now, somewhere in this case, it has a slot cover. So you can put the slot cover in to cover that up, but I don't know where I put it. So it's probably still in the box. Just for now, we'll just leave it out. And I'll put this in here so it secures our graphics card. Now we got to get power to our graphics card. So let's see. I could come through here, or I could come right out of there. I think I'm going to come out of this middle hole. And I got 2 cables. 2 that I got to get through there. All right, this one. Okay, that's... yeah, I'm going to kind of pull this over. I want to try to keep them as neat as possible. I hate having cables sticking out. Okay, so I'll stuff it in there. There we go. That's a little... be a little nicer, right? And then here's the other one. PCIe power. I'm gonna go the same way. Move the 24 pin over a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I can get the door closed with that. Ah, too short, guys. Too short. So let's go down here. Let's put this one through here. That'll work. Yep. So run your PCIs on this one. In this bottom hole. Ah, that's better. And that's going to look good. So, let me set it down for you. We got 2 sets of connectors, so we'll go ahead and put these on. If you can put them together, put them on together. It makes it a little easier. There we go. And this other one. All right. Okay, we're looking okay here. All right. So, wow. That's beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Now, one more thing. This is for our cool lighting. So I've got this SATA power. And all I'm plugging in is this stupid lights on the front. But that's cool. Only goes one way, guys. Alright. Well, I didn't watch what I was doing. Let me put it behind here. And then we'll stuff it in the drive bay. Just hide it. Okay. Cool. All right. Now that it's in the case, let's fire it up and see if it works. Okay. Make sure you turn your switch to the on position. Let's, ooh, we got lights. I got my wireless keyboard hooked up, my good old Logitech. Just little $20 Logitech keyboards work great. Wireless. Let's go into that BIOS. Hitting that delete key. Man, that's pretty. All right. Wow. You know what, guys? I'm going to throw Windows on here real quick while you guys are watching this build. And we'll see how fast it is on Windows. What the heck? And then on the next video, which should be tomorrow, I will have the Hackintosh build done. If I don't run into any major problems. So let's throw Windows on it real quick. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and plug in for Windows. I'm going to plug in a separate drive. So I'm just going to plug it into one of these SATAs. And go down there in the back, because that's where I've got my power. Yeah. Alright, so I got a little Kingston SSD here. And we will throw Windows on this puppy dog. Okay. Now, I'm sure you guys have installed Windows before. But if you haven't, you can check out my video that shows you how to install Windows. So what we're going to do, I've got Windows on my little SanDisk here. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in a USB port and power it on. And F11 is to get to a boot menu, because I think I've got something on both these hard drives. So I don't want to boot from them. I'm going to erase them though, I know that. Come on. There she comes. Alright, so I'm going to boot from the SanDisk down here. See how fast she is. Come on. There it goes. Here it comes, guys. Yeah, we're already at our first screen. Next, install. And we'll come up here and we can choose where we're going to put it. Alright, so the SSD is the looks like 450 gigabytes, so we're going to go ahead and stick it on there. Click next. And this should fly through here, guys. It should just fly through here. So when it comes back to the other part, we'll come up. Okay, she rebooted again. Let's see here, we should be at the last stage. Alright, let's go ahead and do its thing. Skip. And I'm gonna tell it I don't have internet because I don't want to go through all this other stuff that Windows will ask you. Okay, I'm gonna call it Windows. I don't want a password. I just want to get to the desktop. No. Sure. Hi. Hello. We're getting everything ready. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so we're back up. Everything's installed. I got the drivers installed and everything. And let's go ahead and jump over to Cinebench. Let's see how Cinebench does. All right, let's run it. Now I'm running the OBS software in the background, so it's going to take away a few of my points. I had 7204. Can you believe that? 7204 without OBS running, my screen capture software. Let's see where this ends up. Can you believe how fast that is? Have you ever run Cinebench before on another system? CPU is cranking. Fan is spinning. And that is amazing performance. No need to come back. We'll just wait for it. Let's see how much I suffered for running the software in the background. Not too much, 200 points. So right there, that's OBS not running in the background, and that's with it running in the background. So these are amazing numbers. We're above a Ryzen Threadripper 16-core processor, 6670. We're at 7204. Wow. All right. How about Geekbench 5? Geekbench 5 right here. Let's run it and see how it is. Now this takes a little longer to run, so we'll come back. How's that, guys? 1263 on a single score and 11,186. Let's compare that to some Macs. What do you say? 1263. Okay, so it's higher than anything that's listed here. It says it's higher than the i9 9900K. Wow. Multi-score, let's check it out. We're at 11,186. 11,186. So right in here, iMac Pro late 2017 14 core with a Xeon processor. Down here, 8232 is an i9 9900K. Wow. All right. One more quick little benchy. Let's go ahead and do Crystal Mark. And we're going to do it on the NVMe M.2 drive, the SATA drive. Let's just see here real quick what the read speed is. Oh, not bad at all. That'll transfer some stuff quick. What do you think, guys? And there is our write, 1251. So I would say it's a pretty impressive machine. Would you not say? It is snappy. I mean, I can't tell you. It's really amazing. I've never had a computer this fast, to be honest with you. So, guys, we're going to conclude this video on the build and throwing Windows on it and running a few benchmarks. And tomorrow I'll start hacking this thing, and we'll see you on the next video.